everyone. We're starting our new topic today. Today we're going to be thinking about fantasy lands. Fantasy lands? I wonder what that could be. A fantasy land is somewhere that is different to our land. Maybe they've got purple trees or mustard colour clouds. Maybe it looks the same as our world, but there's a dinosaur in the garden, or maybe a fairy, a monster, or a troll. Fantasy lands are very different to our land, aren't they? We're going to think about a special fantasy land today. It's from these books. Can you see? Witches and dragons. And the world in these books is called the Disc World. Shall I show you why? Here's our world here. It's a blue and green planet in space, and it looks a bit like a ball. But the Disc World is different. It's blue and green just the same, but it's on the back of 4 elephants who are standing on a turtle swimming through space. Wow, it's got a mountain on, just like our mountains. Some things are the same and some things are different. We are going to make our own Disc World today. I've got a big disc. We were going to do this in school and you were going to help me. That's why it's so big. But if you make one at home, you can do a small disc, like a plate, nice and small. But before we start sticking things on our disc, we need to have a think about what kind of things we will need. Things that are a little bit the same as our planet. Now, you should have some symbols to help you with this. See if you can guess what I've got to show you. Can you see the picture? It says, an area of sand or pebbles that leads to the sea. Do you know what this is? It's a beach. Did you get it? Here's the next one. Look at these steep rock faces at the edge of the sea. Have a look at your symbols. Did you guess cliff? Well done. What's this? A place where the land meets the sea. It's not a beach. There's no sand or pebbles. It's the coast. Oh, I bet you know what this is. A large wooded area. It's a bit like where we go for our welly woods. It's forest. It's very sunny. Can you still see my laptop? This is a hill. And what about these? There's snow on the top. They're mountains. Ooh, salty water that is part of the ocean. Can you find it on your symbol page? It's the sea. And what's this one? A river. Can you see the water rushing between the trees? The top layer of the Earth's surface where plants can grow. Have a look at your sheet. Did you find the soil? Well done. And a long stretch of low land in between hills or mountains. It's the valley. Come and have a look and see what I've got to make our disc world. Here's the disc. I've got some yogurt pots for my mountains. I found a bottle for a volcano. I'm going to put that one in the middle. I'm using some tin foil all scrunched up to make a river for our disc world. And look at this. This had pears in it. I'm going to use it for some hills. And this can be an even bigger hill here. The first thing we need to do is get some sellotape and stick these things down so they can't move around too much. So I'm going to stick my pear box hills, my foil river, my yogurt pot mountains, whoops-a-daisy, and my volcano. so good. Now for the messy part. We're going to need some newspapers. Now I've ripped my newspapers into strips because we're going to make some paper mache. We need some flour and water, and this is going to make our glue. You might want to put some old newspapers down on the table and some old clothes on so you don't get too messy. If we mix the flour and the water together, did you see? My brush just broke. That wasn't very good. I think Becky's going to get very messy now. This makes a paste, and we're going to use it to put on the newspaper like this. You'll have more time so you can mix it better than me. Mine's still a little bit lumpy. But when it's all covered, we're going to stick it over the top. Now we need to put lots and lots of paper on. We need to cover all the plastic bottles and all of the disc. This might take a long time. I'm going to stick it all down. You'll be able to put lots of layers on your model of the disc world, and you can let it dry in between all of the layers. And when it's really, really dry, we can paint it. But remember, this is our fantasy world. So the hills might be silver and stripy. And the volcano might be purple and pink. You can choose any colours you like for a fantasy world because fantasy worlds are different. Here we go. What do you think? It might not look much now, but just you wait till it's had a coat of paint when it's nice and dry. It's going to look amazing. I wonder what colour we can make our river as it flows between the banks. What colour mountain shall we have? We can choose any colours for our fantasy land. I hope you have lots of fun making yours. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.